How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the first episode of the official Massachusetts Pirates podcast, Walk the Plank. I'm your host, Tommy Birch. And for our first episode, there's no better way to start off the series than bring on a special guest. This special guest is the captain of our ship, head coach, Ameer Ismail. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. It's great meeting you.
Of course. Just so you guys get some background on Coach here, he has been here before. He was the 2008 National Arena League Coach of the Year for the Pirates. But he wasn't just an incredible Arena League coach. He was also an incredible college athlete. His playing career at Western Michigan University, he was an All-American linebacker, the MAC Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and a two-time first-team All-MAC defender, playing linebacker. At linebacker, he led all of NCAA Division I FBS football in sacks with 17 in 2006. He led the MAC in TFLs with 26 in 2006 as well. And he is still the reigning single-game sack record holder for NCAA FBS with 6 against Ball State. Doing a good job here with this introduction.
Love it.
And his playing career did not stop in college. He was also an incredible football player for the IFL. He played for 3 seasons in the IFL, and he earned first-team IFL honors in 2 of those seasons. In 2012, he was the Defensive Player of the Year, recording 167 tackles over just 12 games. That is unbelievable. Now, Coach here was not just a football star. He was also a high school track phenom. He was a superstar for West Ottawa High School in Holland, Michigan, where he still holds the record for the 50-meter hurdles and is 6th all-time in the shot put. And this is a little side note that not many may know about. He was also a professional slam ball player.
Ismail can do. Can he do it?
Ismail.
Yeah!
Right down and through.
So there's my intro for you, Coach.
I love it. I forgot. I didn't even know I had that 50-meter hurdle record. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though. That's a good one. I do remember those days. I loved them. It was a great time doing track and field in high school, for sure. Definitely helped me as an athlete later on after high school.
Absolutely. And I'm taking a wild guess here. Was one of your football coaches also the track coach?
He wasn't. One of my teachers when I was in middle school was our track coach. So he definitely kind of had a good positive influence that, kind of led me to, hey, running tracks can be good for speed, which will be good for football, which will help you, excel later on. So that was the sell. But I enjoyed it. I like competing. I never had an off season. It was always basketball, football, track, consistently.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to that teacher, whoever you are. You are the reason that Coach Ismail was an incredible college football player and IFL football player.
Mr. Von Ems. He was a big influence for sure.
There we go. Hopefully he sees this so he can get his shout out here. So now that we've covered all bases and introduced you, I have a couple questions for you that some of the fans may want to know going into the season. How does it feel to be back with the Pirates? 2025. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels literally like not even a year ago, but been 7 since I've been there, and a lot of college football and other coaching, professional coaching experience in between. But always stayed in good connection, with Jawad, co-founder, president, owner, GM, and his dad, Hassan. So, and family. So we've always stayed in contact. I've always rooted for the team as the years went on. But being a part of the inaugural season to help start this thing, where we were, waiting on equipment for practice, and we were seeing, the guys that were coming in for a first-time team, and trying to put it all together and doing, a really phenomenal job, as an organization and our coaching staff, and players to just, to end up being, a number one ranked team going into playoffs. And unfortunately, Sean Brackett, he got hurt, and we were a little out, short-manned, for the playoff game, and didn't end up the way we wanted it to. But nonetheless, a very successful first season.
Absolutely. And you mentioned before your professional coaching career. If we delve into that a little bit, he was the head coach of the Iowa Barnstormers, another team in the IFL, for 2 seasons. And he has also been an assistant coach for multiple college teams and in the CFL.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
had a tremendous opportunities. I'm very grateful for all those, coaching, positions that I was able to have. Coaching in the IFL and, playing in the IFL has always been a lot of fun. It's very near and dear, to my heart, because as a player, there's not a lot of opportunities outside of NFL and CFL, when I was playing. And now they have, a UFL as well, so that provides additional, opportunities for, professional athletes. But, I think it's a great platform, for guys to continue on and get film, be a professional athlete, but really with the hopes of getting moved up after playing a couple seasons in indoor ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that we have started talking about the IFL a bit, and you were just previously speaking on how the season went for us in 2018 when you were on board, with this new stacked roster of these very talented players, with you heading the ship, what are your goals for this season? What do you hope to achieve?
Yeah, I think before, just talking about, the main final goal, you really got to look at just understanding the process of leading up to what you need to do. And right now we finalized our coaching staff, which was a big step. We're finalizing our roster right now, and, just making sure that some of the logistic things are all put together with coaching staff, players, everyone is acclimated to the functionalities of, the day-to-day. But, for me, it's just developing good relationships with the coaching staff, having a good culture, setting that and establishing that is crucial to any successful organization or team. Having a head coach that's able to collaborate with assistant coaches and to have, like-minded, smart, different thinking, collaborative people in the room to press the envelope to really, unite the entire team and a positive, infectious, enthusiastic group, which I think we have. We have really smart coaches, really great coaches that care about the players, that care about the game, that care about, the other coaches that we're involved with, and really, and doing it as one, as a team, really looking for bringing in the people that are consistent with their actions, that are very self-aware, and are trying to grow in all phases of the game. And that's into the sports management end of things, that's into the sports performance, that's into the film study, the way we teach, the way we're learning, the way our players are learning. And so establishing, the standards of good culture, good people, that's number one. And then move into the football, so that's all number one. We got to get the right people in the building and develop a discipline and develop a good culture, and making sure that culture is very in alignment with our ownership group, with our president, with the head coach, with all the assistant coaches and the players. So then, we can roll into, the X's and O's, and after we get the right people in the room. So establishing that early on is the big part, the main goal. And then the end is just to win every single game. I've never went into any game thinking, hey, I want to lose a game. So win every single game, win the division, win the conference, win the championship, win the IFL championship. That's the goal. Anything less of that is not good enough to me. but really just having to go through the progressions. It's just to, beat Jacksonville. That's number one. We have Jacksonville, their game one. So everything we got to do is to get our guys, our coaches, prepared for game one. And how we do that is taking care of all the little things off the field, the film room, studying, how they're preparing now in their strength and conditioning. We're connecting with our guys now to make sure that they're going to come into shape. We don't have long training camp, so you better come into shape. And, the last thing we want to do is, instead of working on football and installing plays and doing technical things to get ready to beat Jacksonville, is now we have to worry about guys, conditioning. And that's to me, your job as a professional athlete is to do the workouts, is to come into training camp in shape. And so with the talent we have, we're really excited to get rolling because we believe we're going to have a real special group of not just players, but coaches and staff alike, with the like mindset of we're going to do whatever we got to do to succeed.
Absolutely. I couldn't ask for a better answer than that. Just for reference, because we were mentioning it before, our first game of the season against the Jacksonville Sharks is on March 21st, Friday, March 21st at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. So if you would go to the link below, as you can see on the ticker, masspiratesfootball.com, you can get the tickets there. Now, going on to the next question, you've kind of knocked off all the points here, like goals for the team, like what you expect to see this season, mindset, step-by-step going through it. You have a really good idea of what being a coach is, and coaching arena football specifically, and understanding how the process works. So on a personal level, what do you think makes the IFL different and special, and what's different about coaching arena football versus coaching field football?
Yeah, I think, any spring league is not, common because it doesn't compete, with NFL and CFL. So to me, it's an opportunity for a lot of, players and coaches to coach in a different season. So it's not uncommon for, coaches to coach some high school football as well as indoor and arena. But it's a different market. Your goal is more fan friendly. You're in an indoor facility, so it's a very community-based league where you're really bringing in the whole city and town involved with an entertainment, value of football that is held, the perfect, 68 to 70 degree weather indoor. You don't got to worry about, the rain or snow or anything. You're just worried about, hey, we need to score touchdowns. So you're going to have higher scoring games. It's very interactive, very, player to fan friendly. And so that market is, it's a big market that's been growing. It's been sustaining for a long time. And so the IFL specifically has always been, in my opinion, a better game that relates to CFL, that relates to outdoor football, because it's just as much 50-50 running pass, 8-man football with a couple of motion receivers. So the correlation now, that I've seen evolve through, time since I was a player, is that it's just becoming a little bit more popular, so that coaches in other leagues and GMs and scouts understand that this is a lot of talent, and there's a lot of talent that's missed every year, and this is an opportunity for them to showcase that talent.
All right, Coach. So our next question here is, as an organization, the Massachusetts Pirates, what sets us apart as a team to other teams in the IFL?
Number one, we have an ownership group that is, Jawad is a former player. He played IFL football. So he understands the ins and the outs of what it's like to be a player, to really genuinely be empathetic from a player perspective. I think that is lost a lot in the industry where, the owners GMs, even the coaches. So head coach, they're a little too far removed, or they never played in the IFL. A lot of them have, but not everyone. And so being able to collaborate with him to do what's best for the players, like that's the product. Like it's a player-centric, player-first organization. So that sets us apart in a different way, but also I think that's the best way. If you look at some of the most successful organizations in businesses, period, not just football, they have a culture of what can we do and give resources to the people that are working for us, generally the players in our instance, to be successful. And if they're not happy, if they're not getting the level of satisfaction and production, why? Let's address that. So you have, number one, Jawad being that type of guy, and then we have the best head coach that understands, that's been successful as a player and as a coach, that also wants to be able to that service mentality. What can I do for my players? What can I do for my coaches to be successful? So that as a coach, to me, not everyone has that mentality that I'm the head coach. Yes, not everybody's working for me. I work for them. I work for my assistant coaches to be able to get their job done. And if they're having an off day or off time, why? What can I do to help them? Not, oh, you didn't produce? See ya. Let me get somebody else in here, right? Now, if it's a repeat offense type person and they're not, buying into the culture and they're not on time and they're not doing the right things, now that's a different conversation. But it first has to be addressed from the top. What can I do to give my players the best chance to be successful, resources-wise? And that starts, number one, from Hassan, Jawad, myself, and the rest of my assistant coaches are in a servant leadership role. First, we're listening, we're learning, and for me coming in here to change the culture of some of the potential lackadaisicalness that's been going on, I have to establish the standard. And we're a professional organization, so we're getting the resources. Our ownership is giving us resources to be successful. Let's show it on the field, but in the community. How we walk through, how we do things matter here. How we do things as coaches matter. It's not just the end result. It's how we do it. Like, how do we walk through? What are we presenting ourselves in our attire? What are we presenting ourselves in our communication, in our language? All those things matter. So those things, to me, from the top all the way through the bottom, we have people that care more than, I believe, any other organization in the league.
Absolutely. And that really ties into my next question, which is, how do you maintain a winning culture?
Yeah. And again, maintaining a winning culture starts with getting the right people in the room. And that's having disciplined thought, disciplined actions, and then continuing on that process. But it's going to start with great attitudes. We have the right people in here with the right attitudes that have positive body language, positive, infectious, enthusiastic individuals, right? And that's going to be mimicked from the top. That has to be from me first. It's a monkey see, monkey do world. There's nothing worse than a leader or a head coach that asks everybody to do everything, but that they wouldn't do themselves, or they haven't done themselves. I'll never ask anybody to do something I haven't done or I'm not willing to do. So collectively, collaboratively, we're going to have all minds with different experiences and different intellects in different ways. Offensive heavy person, defensive heavy analytics person, relationship person, X's and O's person, right? On the field, coaching person, film person. So we have all those minds that collectively we're going to do what's best for the entire group. And to me, the best idea is the winner. It's not my way or the highway. And so maintaining a winning culture is giving everyone on the coaching staff accountability for their job, giving them autonomy for their jobs. You are the head coach of your room. If you're an offensive line coach, offensive coach, you are the head coach of the offense. defensive coordinator. You are the head coach of the defense, special teams coordinator, so on and so forth. So giving them autonomy, giving them the resources to be successful, right? And so those are the things that are going to help maintain a winning culture. And then serving the players. What can we do for them? Why are they here? Everyone's getting paid, yes, but we have to make sure that, hey, we're going to develop you to help you get to the next level, which is NFL, CFL, UFL. And having those connections for me and a lot of the NFL and the CFL, and Jawad and the organizations have already done a great job of getting a lot of guys opportunities in the UFL. So with that, we have the professional connections to help guys get opportunities with development through our coaches, through the players, but also the connections. And that you cannot downplay that at all, because there's some good players, they don't have the right connection, they're not going to get the opportunity. And so for us, that's going to make us have a continuous winning culture, and people are going to want to come in because we're going to take care of our people, but also we're going to help develop them and get them opportunities to move on and to move up.
Yeah, Coach, that's an incredible answer. It really goes to show like how much we take pride in our unit as a whole and making things work round the clock. I mean, this organization is primed to be successful. It's just about everybody buying it.
Yep.
So now we're at the fun part here. This is our rapid fire segment. So we have 8 questions. I'll give you 1 minute. 1 minute, first thing that comes to your mind for these.
Okay, 1-word answers, 2-word answers. What are we saying here? Just reel it off. Just go.
Whatever feels best. Whatever.
Okay, let's go.
Let me get this timer set up for viewers. We are going to have a timer showing up in the corner of the screen here. All right, 1 minute timer. I'll let you know when we're up on time, but I think you'll be good.
Okay.
So, you ready?
Yep.
I'll give you 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Favorite post-win meal?
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders. I like it. Classic. Favorite football player ever?
Oh, Derek Brooks.
Favorite current football player?
Josh Allen.
Favorite singer/artist?
Wale.
If you weren't coaching, what would you be doing?
Do special ops in the military.
Would you rather win on a game winner or a blowout?
Blowout.
What is your favorite sport that is not football?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. All right. What is your favorite animal?
A lion.
A lion?
Yeah.
All right. And the last one, the last one is, what is your favorite board game?
I have to say Monopoly.
I was actually going to guess that because you seem like a very competitive guy. Because those Monopoly games, they get heated.
Yeah, I'm more of a card player, so we don't do a lot of board games. A lot of different card games, like, Rummy or Euchre or something.
Oh yeah, I love me some Rummy. I'll have to play when you get over here.
No doubt.
All right, so I have one last longer form question for you before we head out of here. Any advice you would give to young athletes?
Oof. Yes. To young athletes, I think luck favors those that are prepared and that don't quit would be the biggest thing. Just because you didn't get the outcome you wanted the first time or the second time, if you have belief in yourself, keep going, keep dreaming, keep doing. Most people that don't achieve their goals, they quit too soon because they don't know that maybe that next one is the one that breaks through and they get to where they want to be. That'd be my advice.
And that is a perfect way to end off the first episode of the official Massachusetts Pirates podcast, Walk the Plank. Again, I'm your host, Tommy Birch. Thank you so much, Coach, for hopping on with us for this first episode. And for anybody that wants to buy tickets, go to our website, masspiratefootball.com. The link is on the ticker below, masspiratefootball.com. So thank you again, Coach, for hopping on with me. And everybody, have a great night.
Thanks for having me. See ya.